Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to the marketplace. Coming up, Metro Mass Transit workers resume sit-down strike after government fails to honor promise of paying salary arrears. We'll be live in Kumasi. Inflation for the month of June declines to 11.2%, attributed to slow price movements in food and other factors. The government statistician will give us an update. And automobile giant Japan Motors calls Ghana's automotive industry a mess. We hear from the MD, Salem Kalmoni, who will explain. We've got details coming up. Do stay with us. Welcome back to the marketplace. Workers of Metro Mass Transit in Kumasi have resumed a sit-down strike they called off 2 weeks ago. They say government has defaulted in payment of their 3-month outstanding salaries. Now, government intervened in an earlier action by the workers, promising to settle arrears for 2 months before July 13. The aggrieved workers are now demanding full payment before they return to post. We'll, in a bit, speak with our correspondent there, Nana Sensu Mensa, but take a look at this. And that was the atmosphere there a bit earlier. Nana Sensumesa joins me with the latest. Bring us up to speed, Nana. All right, there in your shots, live visuals from the MMT yard there. We are hopefully going to get Nana Sensumensa to bring us the latest on the resumption of the sit-down strike by the workers who are demanding full payment of their salary arrears. You're keeping our eyes on that. When we establish connection with him, we'll go straight to him. In other news, though, inflation rate for the month of June declined marginally. It stands at 11.2%, slightly down from 11.3% recorded in May this year. This means that the rate of inflation growth from June last year to June this year has slowed. Government statistician Professor Kobnenim attributes the decline to a slow movement in prices of food, mortgage, and electricity.
Literally, what this means is that between June 2019 and June 2020, prices of general goods and services have gone up on the average by 11.2%. On a month-on-month basis, that is between May 2020 and June 2020, we see a change in 1.0%. To refresh our thoughts on what we recorded for the month of May 2020, in May 2020, on a year-on-year basis, we recorded 11.3, which means that on a year-on-year basis, we see a slowdown by 0.1% between May 2020 and June 2020. On a month-on-month basis, that is between April 2020 and May 2020, we recorded a month-on-month inflation of 1.7%, and between May 2020 and June 2020, we are recording an inflation of 1.0%, which means that we've seen a slowdown on a month-on-month basis by 0.7%. As indicated in the outline, as a result of the volatilities associated with COVID-19, we present for the first time core inflation. The essence of the core inflation is to give us a sense of how prices have been affected by sudden price changes, specifically unexpected prices that occur on a month-on-month basis to some commodities such as food items, energy, and utility. Based on the elimination of these volatile goods and services, we recorded a core inflation for the month of June 2020 as 8.8%, relative to the overall inflation figure of 11.2%. We did a backcasting from March to May 2020, and on the average core inflation for the period March 2020 and May 2020 was 7.7%. We do a further disaggregation at the year-on-year basis, and we realize that from a year-on-year perspective, food continued to dominate its contribution to inflation. Specifically, food is contributing 54.5% relative to other divisions. The second division that comes highest is housing division, followed by transport. We must indicate that the contribution of food inflation over the past 2 months have slowed down.
All right, we want to take you back to our earlier story about the sit-down strike by workers of Metro Mass Transit. I hear we can now connect with our correspondent over there, Nana Sensumesa. So, Nana, the workers were promised payment of their salary arrears by June 13, but that didn't happen, and so they have resumed their strike. Continue from there for us.
Yeah, Dario. Dario. If you recall, 2 weeks ago, the workers laid down their tools and then they were demanding for their 2.5 months outstanding arrears. And during that, government intervened and promised them to pay all those outstanding debts and promised again to settle them before close of business 13th July. But the workers say it's 15th July today and they've not received any payment. So one, they're disappointed, and two, they are not returning to their post until all their outstanding debt are paid by government. Also, we just got in a letter from management of the Metro Mass Transit head office in Accra that the union chairman, John Osei, has been interdicted. For the reason that, according to the letter, he's been interdicted because he incited the workers here at the Kumasi depot to embark on a sit-down strike. So the latest coming in now is that the union chair has been interdicted, and in solidarity of this new development, all the workers are saying that if the union chair has been interdicted, then it clearly shows that management, is not serious about the situation.
All right, we lost Nana Sensumesa there, but I think he's given us a gist of events over there. We'll continue to watch that for you. We'll bring you updates subsequently. Let's move to the automobile space, because Ghana's automobile industry has expanded, with some of the world's major manufacturing giants finding space in the country's new car industry. Automobile giant VW, one of the car giants, this week announced that it is locally assembled vehicles and they are ready for the market. Today on the marketplace, we look at the journey so far and we explore how ready the country is for this car boom.
Has been one of the most intriguing development initiatives of government, the establishment of a viable automobile industry in Ghana.
We are interested in developing a vibrant and dynamic automobile industry in Ghana. We have made several initiatives towards that end. And finally, I believe we're now ready to outdoor our automotive policy, which will then let everybody know exactly, people like you, if you were to come to Ghana, what is available to you in terms of government support, incentives, and the rest of it.
2 years into this vision, and already major automobile companies have started business. It all started with a joint venture with Suzuki, CFAO, and Toyota.
I'm working for Suzuki for 32 years, and I'm stationed in India, and my mission is to find out next India in the continent of Africa. We firmly believe next growth will come here in Africa, but we need to find out right place to be partnered with the manufacturing and distribution after sales of our vehicles. And Suzuki is partnered with Toyota Tsusho in the continent of Africa. We are working together in 26 countries right now, and we are expanding the number of countries. And we came to know from Toyota Tsusho that the Ghanaian government is planning to introduce new automotive policy. And we heard it from Toyota Tsusho executives who made a visit here last month. So we are highly interested in participating in such an initiative made by the Ghanaian government. We wish to start production here to expand it and grow it is our wish. So later on, we'll have a meeting with a ministry and a minister and his members to learn more details about the automotive policy. I'm very glad to be here, to be given the opportunity to meet you, sir, and also other high executives. Thank you so much.
With 30% shares in Ghana's automobile space, Toyota is up for some competition as it focuses on a local assembly point in the country. Andrew Lamte is head of sales operations of Toyota Ghana.
A lot of responsibility on us to ensure that every Ghanaian who wants to own a vehicle should be able to purchase a vehicle and pick a brand new vehicle. The advantage for every Ghanaian is that picking a brand new vehicle, you are driving a very safe car. Indeed, you are driving a vehicle that you don't have to worry about maintenance for at least the next 3-4 years. So it is very important for us to ensure that we produce vehicles and make the vehicle affordable, we make the vehicle easily accessible for every Ghanaian, and that is what we are committed to doing. Government is offering very perfect assistance to ensure that everything is put in place, to ensure that the assembly plant is put in place for the manufacturing or assembly of vehicles to happen live in Ghana. If you remember, at a TICAD conference in Japan, Toyota announced that they were supposed to have launched their first vehicle in August 2020.
Even before these international automobile firms moved to Ghana, government has instituted an automobile bill to regulate this niche market. An interesting slant to this bill is the ban on the importation of overaged and salvaged cars. This has been the bone of contention for these members of the Automobile Dealers Union of Ghana, ADAC, who fear losing the very industry they've held on for the past 50 years. Edikusi heads the Accra branch of the association.
If you're a government and you are telling me that you are bringing in assembler, somebody to manufacture car in your country, we have this big car company coming in, and you are telling me that if the company comes in to manufacture a car and he's able to assemble maybe about 2 or 3 brands or kinds, you will allow him, because of the competition, to bring others that they have assembled outside. So it means that if I'm an assembler, I can come here, assemble just 2-3 cars, and bring all the cars that I've assembled somewhere that I don't have market for it, and come and sell them here. And when they bring them, it's going to be free duty for 3 years. So the government is going to lose so big money. And the question is, if we are going to lose that revenue, what are we gaining as a country? And besides that, we, the automobile people who are in the business now, you are bringing a competitor who is more stronger, coming without paying duty, coming to enjoy our market, and we be getting out of business. So looking at it, it make no sense.
Have you previewed, have you seen the bill yourself? Like
yes.
The association, have you sat down
we've
analyzed this bill?
We've sat down and we've read through the bill one by one. That is what I'm telling you. They are giving them a rebate of 3 years without paying duty of any car they don't even assemble here. And believe me, those assemblers,
I think it's even 5 years.
Those assemblers, they have, you see, when you talk of a car assemble, it's not bringing the part from somewhere and fixing it. No. They manufacture some of the parts here. And when we don't see any factory that has been made, and when you go to a place that they assemble car, Got so good. I've been in Germany before, and I've lived in Japan before. When you go to Germany, in Berlin, where they assemble cars, Mercedes, it's a whole town of itself.
Okay.
That you see that employment things are going on. And even at this time of car manufacturers and so forth, they don't use so many people. It's just, if you're telling me that this is going to create business for Ghanaians, it's a lie. Because you go and see that a big factory has about maybe 10, 20 people, and all the things are robots. All the things are robots. So I don't understand the thing, what is going to help the country.
So from where you sit and what you see from the surface, these companies that have started, we are told that they've started assembling in the country, is more of a camouflage.
It's a part that they are bringing in. Engine here, front bumper is here, that here, they come and fix it. Who can do this here? Even common guys can do it here. You import these things and fix them. Some Kantanka can do this and supply many cars. I myself, if I get the opportunity, I can just import this thing and fix. It's just common thing that anybody can do it.
So you don't see the essence of the tax.
No. The tax that they are giving them, I don't get it. I think somebody business that he want to establish, because anytime there's an investment here, we have a local component, and that local person is pushing for this. And I think MPP or the president must look at this critically.
Ghana's history in vehicle assembly dates back to the 1960s. The first vehicle assembly plant was opened in Accra on February 2nd, 1969. Auto Part Vehicle Assembly Plant, which was in the then Ring Road North Industrial Area, was equipped to produce 600 Nissan cars, 600 buses, pickups and trucks each year. The plant assembled only Nissan vehicles with components from Japan. The success of these initiatives rests on the preference and purchasing power of Ghanaians. As Ghana's demographic becomes largely lower middle income, we hit the streets to find out if they will go in for a second-hand or brand-new car.
A brand-new car and a second-hand car, which one will you go for?
I'll go for a brand-new car.
Your reasons?
My reason is, I prefer something me using it for the first time, so that it's long. When you get a brand new car, the durability is good than you going for a second-hand car. That is my point of view.
Brand new cars come certainly with a higher cost. Do you agree?
Yeah, it comes with a higher cost. It's better for you to go for a brand new car and a higher cost than buying something cheap every day going back and front. I think from our point of view.
Where you work currently and considering your salary, can your salary afford a monthly installment of, let's say, 1,800 Ghana cedis monthly for the next 4 years?
Yes. Yes.
Brand new is always brand new. I mean, there's no way you can compare a second-hand or used car to a brand new car.
There are others that hold the view that the second-hand cars are cheaper than a brand new car. That one, you can't really, that is the fact, okay? So in that case, the cost that comes with a brand new car, do you think every Ghanaian can afford it?
The issue has to be with affordability of brand new cars, and it's obvious that considering our economy and the kind of jobs that we do in this part of the world, it's difficult for an average Ghanaian to be able to afford a brand new car.
Naturally, everyone will want a new car. Yeah, everybody at all will naturally choose a new car over an old car. But presently, I'm not sure. Yeah, presently in my present condition, I would love a new car, but at an amount of 1,000, did you say 1,500 or 1,800?
Any of them, 1,000 from 1,000 and above.
1,000 and above. If I consider other pressing family issues, it will be a bit difficult.
Ghana's first indigenous car assembly company, Kantanka, faces competition. Even though there are calls for more collaboration with government, concerns arise over their survival as the big giant in the car manufacturing space announced their presence in Ghana. I'm Charles Aite for Joy Business.
So that gives you an idea where we are at this moment. But listen to this. The managing director of Japan Motors has described the current state of Ghana's automobile industry as a mess, but hopeful the automobile bill allowing for the assembling of vehicles in the country will sanitize the system, Salem Kalmoni believes Ghana's economy stands to benefit greatly from the industry when all companies begin to sell their made-in-Ghana cars. He spoke to Joy Business.
Right now, if you tell me what's the automotive landscape in Ghana, I'll tell you it's a mess. It's a free-for-all. It's uncontrolled. You can bring in a 20-year-old damaged car and you can still bring it. This is not how it works, okay? So there's no age limit to vehicles. Damaged cars, accidents can come in. Now, if you take a look at our neighbors even, we're not talking Europe, in Ivory Coast, this is not the case. Because cars more than 5 years cannot, we're not talking 10 years. Even 5 years, there's a limit. In Senegal, I believe it is 7 years. So I think it is chaos. And this is not good for Ghana and for our environment and for our people. So there needs to be control. There needs to be rules. And with this automotive policy, these rules are brought. So damaged vehicles which are accident and damaged and are rejected, thrown out from Europe, why are we bringing them here? They should be stopped. So I think this is quite reasonable. How can you be against this? So we should be the dumping ground of the junk from outside. This should not be the case. So this is part of the government policy, and I think they have passed it. The next thing is, so how many years do you want vehicles to come in? And I think 10 years is a reasonable cutoff. As I said, our neighbors have it even less, as low as 5 years, okay? Because as vehicles, age, they deteriorate and so forth. So this is also part of it. So I think I disagree with them, and they can. So given that these rules are there, who says that they cannot import used vehicles? They will still import them. It will still come in. Now, in terms of differentiation of duties and taxes for let's say assembled vehicles versus outside, this is it's an investment. The government needs to give incentive for assembly plants to be built. It's a big investment, and they have to be if the government not to give these incentives, then.
The thoughts of the Japan Motors Ghana MD there end in the marketplace this afternoon.